Now, come Monday, nearly 1 million pupils will be sitting for their first matric exams. I can guarantee you, some of them are cramming in last-minute studying. This weekend's Rugby World Cup final, that's tomorrow night, in fact, could be throwing a spanner in the works in terms of studying. What can youngsters do to help ease their nerves and stay relaxed during this very testing period? Well, here to answer that is psychologist Dr. Diana Zoccola. Doc, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us on this Friday afternoon here on Today. I have a matriculant in my family currently, and young Jabulo is going to be writing. Yeah, young Jabulo is going to be writing his matric exams, and he's been studying like nobody's business. So it's a stressful time, you know, for many matriculants. They're about to sit for their final exams. Now, as a psychologist, let's start there with an overriding question. What would you like to tell them?
For the matriculants, it's absolutely the first step is to show up, to actually just, that is already a victory in itself. And if you show up, you can actually participate in the examination, test yourself, and just end a full academic year knowing that you've tried your best, and is just to give your best.
Okay, so show up and give your best. But how do you then deal with anxiety? I mean, there is all kinds of things related to the last minute studying. And I must say many households will be grateful the fact that there's not been a lot of load shedding recently, because as you prepare and study, you might need to access some stuff online, you know?
Yeah, that is true, especially when a lot goes through your mind, and there's a lot of self-doubt as well. So if you have to add external variables out of your control, like load shedding or availability of resources, that just increases your tendency to add stress and anxiety. And it is also important to realize that you need to focus what is within your control. So if you don't have to focus on all the variables out of your control, you can actually benefit from it by also adding some relaxation techniques or exercise. And I know a lot of parents actually withdraw routine, and it's of the utmost importance to actually keep to your routine, even on the days that you don't write. Focus on getting up on the same time. Eat what you usually eat. Sleep is very important, and I know the tendency to actually grab your phone as a stress relief or convince your parents that is more of a distraction than actually benefiting your anxiety as well, especially with these WhatsApp groups where students share their stress, or how much do you know, how much you have learned, and that is actually detrimental to the success of the exam paper they're writing the next day.
So the less time you spend on your device, in terms of the example you've just given, like your WhatsApps and stuff on your smartphone, it's better for you at this stage. Rather focus on your books.
Focus on your books, get enough sleep, stick to your routine, and get a bit of fresh air. Get outside, play with the dog. If you feel that you're losing focus and concentration, rather get up than staying put and forcing yourself and actually getting demotivated by knowing that I'm not taking anything in. Get up, take a moment, get a glass of water, sit back down, make sure your notes are clear, and trust in what you have learned. And absolutely, just to trust yourself, what you have accumulated, what you have done, and believe in yourself.
So what advice do you give for parents who have matrics who are about to write? What would you tell the parents at this time?
Yeah, this time, actually, I think parents stress a lot more than the students in some aspects, because a lot of time has been invested in getting your child to this point to write the grade 12 examination, and it's been emphasized that it's the first step to becoming an adult and starting a career. So for parents, it's extremely important to realize that it is take one day at a time and one exam paper at a time, because it can easily add stress to your in-house student if you are more stressed about what they know than they are. And if there's any difference in routine or a change in routine, just go back to basics. Take the lead, give the guidance, make sure that you engage in discussion and even show interest in the paper that's been written either the next day or in that week, and not just, are you studying? Have you studied? I do not see you studying. But also to emphasize the need for relaxation and physical exercise.
Now, is it the end of the world if you don't get the result that you wanted in Matric?
A lot of matriculants is devastated because of the high expectation they set for themselves, or they don't want to disappoint their parents. It's not the end of the world. It's you need to take it one paper at a time. So maybe today didn't go that well. Tomorrow it's another paper, it's another challenge. And also, if it really is adding to your career decision, to definitely to know that you can always rewrite some of the papers, especially the maths and science. I know that is crucial for varsity and certain careers as well, and those are the more stressful subjects as well.
Thank you very much for your time. That's Dr. Diana Zoccola, psychologist, just giving some tips and sharing some insights ahead of the Matric exams that start next week. We wish all of the class of 2023, we wish all of you all the best.